Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with me, and today is Tag Along Tuesday, and I need tags, so it couldn't have come at a better time. I have reprinted this paper that I put in this journal. This is the paper that is in this journal. It's absolutely gorgeous, and somebody, I know a few of you have asked where I got this. I actually, if I'm not mistaken, sometimes I mark them, sometimes if I just purchase them, I don't mark them. But I think I downloaded this one, well, I purchased it and downloaded it from Etsy last year, I believe. It doesn't have any name on it, and I have looked on Etsy and I can't seem to find it. So you may go over to Etsy and just scroll. Maybe you'll have better luck finding it than me. But usually when I purchase them, I don't necessarily mark them. It's just when somebody sends me some and they want me to promote their store or something, then I'll mark them. But since I purchased this one, I didn't, and I apologize. I know it's aggravating, but it's a very lovely kit. It's very busy, so if you don't want busy in your journal, then this may not be the kit for you, but it's beautiful, like I said. But I'm having to use some of my own just solid paper on the background of these, because the background that comes with the kit is way busy. You couldn't write on it and see anything, but that's okay. I'm going to make plenty of tags and pockets. So today, I thought what we would make is some kind of wraparound pockets, and I know Rachel's been doing a lot of this. I watched her video last night and I absolutely loved some of the things that she was doing. I mean, she was wrapping them around. She was doing different things with them, folding it up, folding the extra up. So I think I'm going to take some of these sheets. I'm going to cut them in half. And I don't want my tag quite that tall, so I'm just going to cut them down a little bit. They'll probably be around 6.5, something like that. Doesn't matter what size. I try to tell you guys this. You can use whatever size you want. Make it work for your journal. But these larger ones are going to work better for mine. If I can get my ruler turned over. So this is a 5.5 by 7.25. 7.25 is going to work great. Now I am going to fold this around because 5.5 is too wide, of course. So I think I'll use my scoreboard. You know how I am at folding. I'm not good. I'm not good at it at all. I don't do hand folding well. And let's see. I'm going to fold around at 3/4. I think, on top and, on each side, not top and bottom, but each side. So there's 1, 2, 3 right there. This just gives me some of that wraparound and makes my tag a little bit narrower, which is what I like. Now let's see if I can fold it up with the lines in there. Yeah, I did. So we'll have that on the back. And we're going to have this on the front. Isn't that pretty? Now on the back, all I have done is I tore up one of my doily sheets. And I'm going to put this on the inside, and then that's going to fold around like that. You'll still have plenty of writing room, but you'll have that little piece folded around. And then we'll have a tag that's narrow enough for our pockets. This one is, look, I can't get my ruler. This one is 4 inches, so that'll be perfect. So we're going to cut this little piece off a little bit because I don't need all of that. So this is not like Rachel did exactly, but it is a little bit of like what she was doing. I mainly wanted to use these sheets for tags, and they were just too wide. And I didn't want to waste any of the paper and things, so I thought, I can put that in there and then have that as a fold around. It'll be really pretty. Or you could leave one of these as a flap, and you could attach it to a page and have it that way. Now, this is not quite thick enough, so I'm going to use some book page to put on here to make it a little thicker. I am, if I can find my book page. Right over here, right over there is a big pile. It'll probably collapse on me soon. Now I'm going to glue it all the way. It doesn't matter. This is not a real thick book page, so I'm just going to glue it here too. But you could glue it right down the middle if that's all you want to do. I just want it a little thicker so that it'll be easy to get in and out of the pockets. And you don't even have to run your book page all the way to the sides or the bottom or anything. This is just making a little bit more strength in there. And I'm gonna get that off. I wanted to make a never-ending tag, and I still will make one, but I'm having to try to find my video where I did one a couple of years ago, because without my video I don't know if I remember how it's made. Now that didn't look like it folded straight at all, even though I have a line in there. See, when I glued that over, I lost my line. That'll work, I think. Now I just like to burnish these real well on both sides. And I absolutely love that bird on there. I'll look again tonight and see if there's any chance of me finding this on Etsy. I don't know. I have looked and looked. If anybody's got any ideas, let me know. I don't shop on Etsy a lot, so I'm not real familiar with how to work my way around in there. So maybe you guys could help me. Now all I'm going to do is glue this kind of sorta to the middle, because these are going to fold over and close up this edge anyway. But there may be all kinds of tricks to the trade, and I probably just have not seen them. I'm going to cut a little bit of these edges off right here, just so that they don't show around to the front. I'm just angling them just a little bit. Doesn't have to be much. And then we'll fold these over, glue those down. Now I'm just using my mat to glue on today, and you'll see a baby wipe appear in the screen every so often. I just wipe it off with a baby wipe to keep me from getting glue on everything. So you've got plenty of room to write, but then you've got this little piece that comes around, and I need to glue that right there. And I didn't lose any of my paper, and I think that's really pretty. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to cut this into a tag shape. Now someone asked me, did I have a template for this? No, I just made this one for myself. When I did the video on making these little templates, probably last year, you can go there and find a template. I'm not sure. I don't think I made a template out of it. I think I just showed you guys how to do it. All I did was took a pre-made tag, like you get from the store, and then I just used it for my guide to cut the other ones. And then I just cut this one extra big and then this one extra small, so it's just trial and error for me. I love that. Now I do want to punch a hole at the top, but I don't want to get my birdie. I don't want to get his head, so I'm going to see where it's going to punch. Okay, I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, I got a little bit of his head, but you can't tell. And we'll put, I think since this one's got a lot of red in it, I'll use some green on it. This is seam binding, crinkle seam binding from my scrap cabin shop. I'll put that link below along with our discount code that all of our viewers get. There we go. And then I am going to ink it up with some green ink on the edges. I love that. I love it, I love it. Now, see, this is so easy that I don't think it needs anything else, but I'm gonna look and see if I have maybe a label. What did I do in my labels? Anybody know where my labels went? They're buried, I know, but where? There they are, right in front of my face. Been a snake, it would have got me. Let's see. I think I want to try a red one on here. I think the green would get lost. No, that's not exactly the right color red. I think we could get by with doing a pink one on here. It's got a little bit of pink in there, so we're just going to do a pink one, and I'm going to do this one that just says Deck the Halls. I haven't decked my halls this year, have you? My grandkids put up my Christmas tree and my decorations in the living room over the weekend, and that's all that's been done. I don't know if I'm going to do any more decorating. It just takes so much energy to take it all down. That's my thing. I know I shouldn't be thinking about taking it down. But everything I put up, I think about, oh man, when I have to go take it down, that's going to be a chore. You know what? I made this a little earlier, and I might just put that there. It's just a little piece of cloth and a little scrap piece of lace, and then I just got the label glued on top. So we might put that down right there. I think that looks cute. Gonna get my Fabri-Tac. Now since this will go in and out of a pocket, I'll try to glue everything down well. There we go. Just gonna snip a little bit of that. And there is your tag. You could also put a little label up here if you wanted, but there's plenty of room to write. I've got that string attached to my glue finger now. Right, I think that one is a good one. Okay, let's make another, and I'm going to use this paper. And I'm going to trim that just a little bit of the bottom off, because I don't want it quite that tall. And now you wait and see when I cut these off, then I'll look at my journal and go, oh, I should have left them big. That's what I do. No, I think this size is going to be okay for most of them. I've got some larger tags already made, but I didn't have any this size. Let's see, right there. I'll make my indentions a little bit bigger this time, a little bit deeper, just so that I can see it once I glue my book page on. Now I'm going to glue, let's see, let's go ahead and fold them and burnish, and maybe by that we can see the line when we put our book page on there. Make sure that oh yeah, we got that house. Isn't that pretty? Pretty, pretty. Now I think, well, that piece is a little short. I don't know, we might use it anyway. It just depends on how this book page is going to look on there. Let's see, I'm going to cut a little of this off at the top, a little of that white, because I actually want some of this writing to show. So I'm just going to do it that way, and I'll trim it some more. And you can see I didn't get it straight, but that doesn't matter. This is just to make it thicker. Doesn't matter if it's straight or not. No, I had to look up and make sure that I had turned the camera on. Sometimes I forget about that. Keep those little pieces. I might be able to use them. Now let's go ahead and fold again. Find our score line. And yes, you could score it after you put your book page on the back. You know, I just do the hard way. I do everything the hard way. That's what my hubby used to say anyway. I'd start doing something that I really wanted him to do, you know. And he'd say, stop it, just stop it. You're doing it the hard way. And I'd say, well, I don't know any other way. Which I didn't, but it was mainly to get him to do it. Oh, it's so sneaky. That's so bad, isn't it? No, he knew what I was doing. He'd say, just get out of the way and let me do it. Say, okay, if you insist. Now I'm just going to cut this, or tear it if I can. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight because most of it's going to be covered anyway. It's going to have enough to write on. Yep, I sure do miss my honey. He, you know, he did just everything for me. I mean, he was just my right-hand man. He done it all. And he didn't want me doing anything except what I wanted to do. He spoiled me rotten. The girls were all over here, and was having Thanksgiving, and there was somebody had unplugged my security system, and when you unplug it, it'll alert you, and then it'll say, you know, if all of your devices are working or they're not working or whatever. Well, it said you have 3 devices that are not working, blah blah blah, and it gave the ones that weren't working. And Melinda's like, Mother, why are those not working? And I said, probably because they need batteries, and probably because I can't get them off of the thing that they're on, the outside pole or whatever. And I said, that could possibly be a reason. And she's like, oh, Brandon, go get those down for her so that we can get her batteries. Why hadn't you already said something, Mother? I said, look, it's difficult when you're living alone to do the things that everything that the house and the business and everything needs done. It's difficult. I said it was difficult when your dad was alive. It was very difficult for me and him to keep up with the house and the store and everything else. And I said, now just think about it. All those things that you say, Brandon, come here and do this for me. And Alicia says, Benji, come here and do this for me. I said, I don't have that person to call anymore. I have to try to do it myself. And if I don't know how to do it, I'm not going to call y'all every 5 minutes and go, hey, can you come over and change the batteries and so? Or can you come over and show me how this works? Or can you come, you know. I said, your dad spoiled me. He did all of the stuff like that needed to be done without even consulting me, because he knew I didn't need to know, or he thought I didn't need to know at that time. So I said, it's hard. It's very difficult. So if you've got a spouse that does a lot for you, make sure that he teaches you how to do it. Because if he doesn't, you're going to be like me. You're going to be having to get your kids or grandkids or whomever show you how to do things. I mean, I had to get my granddaughter to show me something on my phone that I should have known how to do. I had to get Benji to show me how to put those hooks in the wall that has that holds your pictures and things. You have to put them in the wall. If you've got something that's very heavy, you know, you have to add that. I don't know what it is. But, you know, you can't just drop a nail in your wall. But anyway, he had to show me how to do those, because we'd always did that. I didn't have to do it. I was always working in the store, and he was in there doing whatever else that needed to be done. So when you don't have that anymore, it's hard. It's just hard. I don't know how else to explain it to anyone other than it's very difficult. Now, some women are very ambitious, and they know how to do all that kind of stuff, and they know how to change the oil in their cars and all of that. I don't. That's just not me, because I have, not that I didn't want to learn, it's just that I have always worked. Ever since we've been married, I've worked. Except when I took off a little, about 3 or 4 weeks for my kids to be born, and after that I went right back to work. So, when you just haven't had to do it because you had a hubby that did it for you and never bothered you with it, it's tough. Believe me. It is very tough. So learn all that you can. Believe me, learn everything that you can learn from your hubby. Because you never ever know. I would have not guessed in a million years that I would be alone at this time in my life. But I am. And my kids are just going to have to get over it. No, my kids don't mind doing anything for me. But, you know, I'm not going to call them and say, oh, by the way, can you come over and replace the battery in my diabetic meter? I mean, I still don't know what battery it even takes. And I know you can take it apart and you can find all of that out. And I do. I did take it apart. But guess what? It didn't say on the inside either. And somebody had already taken my battery out. And I think it might have been my hubby. he probably took it out with intentions of replacing it, and then he just didn't get around to it. So, but now that's enough of my little dilemmas. Let me know in the comments below if you guys know how to do all of that stuff. Know how to do all of the outside work, the inside work. I mean, I've just always worked away from home and traveled a lot, and there was just tons of things that I didn't learn that now I wish I had. I didn't even know how to turn the fireplace on. I knew if the gas was coming to it, I knew how to turn it on, but the gas had been turned off by Brandon last year, and I never questioned, well, how do I get it turned back on? I never questioned it because I just thought that you just flip that switch that you normally do. But no, it has to have, you have to flip the switch, all right, but you have to have gas coming to it, which I realized I did have to have, but I didn't know where to turn the gas on for it. So it's just different. Different. This is a big tab that came with that kit, and I'm thinking I might put it right there and just wrap it around. What do you think? I don't know. I don't like that as much as I thought I would. I'm digging in here to see if there's anything else that I might want to put on there and wrap around a little bit. I feel like I want something right there. It's the reason I'm looking. I had a friend that, and I say had because we haven't seen each other in forever, but she could change the oil in her car. She could take her car apart. She could change spark plugs. She could do everything in the house, outside the house. I mean, the whole 9 yards. She was just very rambunctious. And I never realized that she was doing the right thing by learning all that. You know, she learned it all from her husband. And when he would start doing a new job outside, he would call her and go, hey, come here, let me show you how to do this. Well, my hubby didn't, and I know he didn't because, not that he didn't want me to learn, he didn't because he knew that I had a lot on my plate already. So that is just the way the ball bounces, I guess. There we go. I've got her looking at the house. I like that. So there's another. Now, I can just keep making these for days on end, but we might make something else. Let's see. I want to make another one of those wraparound pockets. Pocket flips, I guess you could call it. Because we know how to make those tags now. And I will find my video on the never-ending tag, and I'll show you guys how that's done. I think, let's see. I want to see how wide I want my pocket. Oh, I'm knocking everything over. Let's see, that's 4, so about 4¼ maybe. So you fold this little piece up first so that you glue that down and you don't lose any of your pocket. If you just glued right down through here, then you would lose part of your pocket. And I know I say that a lot, but we have new people on board all the time. So, and then I'm going to fold this one up. Oh yeah, then we're getting part of the tree. That's good. Yeah, that'll work. I was just trying to see what it was going to look like. And then you put your glue here. And then across the bottom. Then you're going to glue that down. Just like that. Now that is your pocket. And you can see that I've got the full value of my whole pocket there since I folded that over. And then this will fold around to the other page. But I'm going to reinforce this because it's just copy paper. And I want it to be reinforced so that it doesn't tear or anything when maybe you're putting a tuck in and out of it. I'll tear this off just a little bit more and this will be perfect. But never fail, I will learn how to do things. I have already learned how to do a lot since my husband's been gone, and I will learn the rest of it. Every time Benji or Brandon or anybody does anything over here, I always say, whoa, 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 you gotta show me how you do it. Show me how you do it. Okay, we're gonna punch. We'll pull right here. And then we'll pull up here. And that will be our little pocket thing. And I'll show you how it goes in the journal in just a minute. I'll go ahead and put this one in. Now, if you're making a smaller journal, of course, you would need to cut this down. My journal is the size of this page, so I don't have to cut mine down. But you just have to adjust to your journal. I think this paper is gorgeous. Let's see. I'm going to put it there. Just want to make sure I don't have it up next to... No, that'll work because we've got the Christmas tree and then we've got the little girl there. So we'll just put it here. Now what I do is run a little bead of glue right down through that little score line fold there. And then I run some up this way and up this way. This part's going to get glued down. Just make sure it's right up against your page. And then this part is going to be your pocket. Now, with this paper, you can see it's a little rippled on the edge because it's coffee dyed. So it doesn't want to glue down that well. So we're going to put a piece of washi on there too. I'm going to press it as much as I can and then we'll put some washi on it. There we go. This is nice and sticky washi, and this did come with the December E-Club kit. I love it. I've almost used all of mine. I want you to look at that. And normally I never use a lot of washi, but this, I love this. It's the right colors. It's got Santa on it. I mean, it's just, and I'm not sure that you got this one, but I know you got one similar if you didn't get this one. We can put a piece on here, and I'm just gonna make sure that it runs right down through there. That's the thing about this paper. When you coffee dye it, sometimes the edges will ripple a little bit. And you just have to make preparations for that when you're using it. There we go. That will work. So there is a pocket. I like that. Now, I think these tags, of course, they're not tall enough. They are the right width, but they do need to be the full length. So what we're going to do now is make one like this, but we're going to make it the full length. Now I need to make sure I get one that's not... Oh, she's so pretty. Let's just do her because I don't want to cut any of her off. Now, if you want to fold, because you don't have to use a scoreboard, but I cannot fold straight to save my life when it comes to just hand folding. Sometimes I can't fold straight even when I have a score line in there either. It's just a mess. There we go. I think that will, oh, look at that. How darling is that? Let's see. I do need another book page that's taller, I think. See if I've got one in here that's nice and tall. That one will work. Yeah, that'll work fine. I think I'm out of glue, just about. Yeah, I don't think any more is going to come out, Edith. You're out of luck. So we grab another one. First time you pull that off, it's difficult. I really like gluing on my mat because it doesn't slide around. You don't have to worry about it sliding all over the place. Alright, we're just going to trim this off. And yes, you can go ahead and use your trimmer to do this. I just like to hear my scissors cut. All of you coffee members, you people that support me through Buy Me a Coffee, I put up new digitals today for you guys. So go over to the website and you can go over there and download yours. Cute. And if you're wondering what Buy Me a Coffee is, it's not a literal coffee. You can go down below and just click on that link and it'll take you over and let you know what it's all about. Okay, now again, I'm going to cut just the tips off of these, just so that they don't show on the other side if I glue them a little bit off. Now we need some paper to go in here. And there is a piece right there. I got quiet on you guys, didn't I? I was just concentrating. It takes a lot out of me when I concentrate. I love that. I love how the back looks as well as the front. Okay. Got a little bit showing here. And I think I'm just going to round these corners and not cut them in a tag shape, simply because I don't want to lose anything that, any part of her or the little church. It can still be used as a tag. I just didn't want to lose parts of her or the little house there. Little church, I mean, not house, church. That's pretty. Now, I need, let's see, what do I want to put at the top? Oh, sorry, I just had a sneezing fit. I think I might just glue that at the top. This ever-changing weather is just taking its toll on my sinuses. I think I'm getting well, and the next thing I know, I'm sneezing my head off and chugged up again. Yeah, I think that'll go good. So we'll put that up there. I like that. Now, if you want to, you can put another piece on the back and cover that. I'm not going to worry about that. I think that is just fine the way it is. Yep. Now, I think this will fit in that pocket. Let's see. Let's find where we put it on first. Right here. Oh, it does. Fits right down in there. That is cute. Now, I'm going to leave it out because I still have some glue that's drying and I don't want it to get stuck down in there. But that's where it'll go, right there. Alright guys, I think that might be it for our video. We made quite a few. Well, we only made 3, but I had already made a couple just before I got started good. And this one, I don't know if I'm going to put a label or anything on that one, but I love these tags. I love how the back looks. Cute. So if you're tired of making tags that you just cover the back in plain paper and let it go, just do it like this. You don't waste any of your paper, and I think it looks really good. Alright, we will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Bye-bye.